Okay, artists, we are going to start a new project today. We're going to be drawing a winter bird. So you have your sketchbooks or your plain white paper. I'm holding mine sideways or horizontally, that's sideways. And I have a pencil. And we're going to start together doing some curvy lines, some straight lines, some zigzaggy lines. We're going to put them all together to make a cute winter bird today. So the first thing I'm going to do is have you sort of find the middle of the paper with your finger, okay? And once you find the middle of the paper, I'm just going to put a little tiny dot very, very, very lightly just to show my middle. I'm going to erase that in just a moment, but it's just showing the middle of my paper. And I'm going to draw a pretty big curve around that dot. So I'm using my finger, I'm tracing my finger, just sort of like pretending to draw my curve around that dot. I'm going from the side of my dot up, around, and down. So now I'm gonna take my pencil very lightly, curve up, around, and down, okay? If yours is a little bit bigger, if yours is a little bit smaller, that's okay. Our birds can be different sizes, right? So I'm going to just erase my little dot here. I don't need that anymore. That was just a helper dot. And we're going to now do a little bit of a curvy line near the top part of this curve. Okay, so give me a second. I'm actually using an image and my screen just went black. Okay, so right here, I'm going to curve. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to curve down and up. Okay, nice and simple. If it curves a little bit lower, that's okay. If it curves a little bit higher, that's okay. This is going to be a part of our tail. And then we're going to start from this end and I'm going to curve it around to meet this part of the original curve. Ready? I'm going to go down, meet. All right. So now I have one whole shape. To me, it looks sort of like a little ghost floating around. I don't know. We'll see what this turns into, right? I'm going to add some tail feathers around this pointy part. So I'm going to start next to my point right here, and I'm going to go up and stop. And I'm going to go under the point here, and I'm going to go curve like that. And then if you remember when we did our owls, I sort of did the letter M or W. We'll do the same kind of thing here, but I might curve it a little bit. All right, so those are my tail feathers. If you want them to be pointy, they could be pointy. I made mine kind of wavy line, but you could do a zigzag line too if you want to. This is your tail feather. However you would like to do your tail feather is fine. Now, before I start adding other details, I'm going to add a scarf. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to come about this middle of our shape right here, and I'm going to do a little curvy line there. And underneath it, I'm going to follow it and do the same curvy line. Okay, and what we can do is I might actually bring this a little bit out there and a little bit out there, and then erase that original line, that first line that we did. If that's too tricky, boys and girls, don't worry about it. Leave it the way we had it before that. Okay, and I'm going to add some almost like rectangles. So I'm going to go one line, another line, and I'm going to close it. And I'm going to do another one here. One line, another line, close it. This is the bottom part of our scarf. You will see this. And I think I'm going to draw some lines here. Okay, I did 4, but you can do more if you'd like to. That's the bottom part of our scarf. I am also going to draw a wing. Ready for this? It's going to be sort of like a leaf shape. So I'm going to start right here, doesn't matter, somewhere on your scarf, and I'm going to curve it down almost to my line, but I stopped, and then I'm going to curve it back up to my scarf. Ready? Back, 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 back up, and stop. And I'm going to add, let's say, 3 little lines here. 1, 2, 3 little lines there. Okay? So far, this is looking sort of like a bird body, but we're not there yet. I'm also going to give my birdie a hat. So just like we did with our scarf, I'm going to do a curvy line here, curve, and I'm going a little bit past my first lines. That's all right. And I'm going to do another one up here, following the same shape, and I'm going to connect them. Connect, connect, and I'm going to then erase the little line in there. I know, I'm giving you a more advanced drawing lesson today. We're gonna go nice and easy. Anytime you need to pause this video, pause it. I know we're live this week, so I may pause it with you. I'm gonna draw along with you, okay? And then let's give it a top of the hat. So I'm gonna go bigger than this little curvy line here. I'm gonna go in a little bit, up, down. I'm erasing this little line in here. We don't need that anymore. And let's give it a pom-pom on top. Pom-pom. And again, you can erase that line. If you want to put things on top of each other so you don't have to erase, you could do that too. Okay, so that's a little hat. We got a little scarf. Now I would like to add an eye. So I'm going to put an eye right here. I'm going to do a nice big circle. That's an eye. And I think I'll do another little circle in my eye. We'll get to that later. And I'm going to give it a little beak right over here. I'm just gonna go curve, curve, line in the middle. Okay, and let's give it some cute little feet. So we're gonna do line down, line down, line across, sort of like a diagonal, M. I'll do another one. Line down, a little bit of an angle, a little bit of an angle, M. Okay, that is so far a cute little birdie with a hat and a scarf. We're going to give it a ground. I'm going to start from my foot here and just kind of go a wavy line, jump over my foot. We don't want to cut our feet with the ground. Okay, and I'm going to stop for today. There's my little birdie. I think I might want to make my beak bigger, but I think for right now I'll leave it alone. If you want to make any little changes to your birdie, that's okay. Go for it. That's why we have erasers, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we have little erasers to erase any little things. If you still see some of those original lines that you don't want anymore, you can erase them, okay? This was definitely a more advanced, a little bit trickier of a lesson today, but I think you can do it. I've been watching your artwork all along and you have been really impressing me. So let's see how your birdies come out this week. I cannot wait.